Thank you for coming back.
Should be in the back.
All right.
What that?
Now I have the polls feature.
Right.
That's
So that must have been off
a
by
license feature. You don't have it because it was basic.
So we should be good going forward now. That's all that's to resolve.
Zach,
Okay.
thank you so much.
This is Zach, he's West High School Tech Board, he has been the day.
Thank you.
So much.
You're still welcome. If you need anything, just let me know.
Thank you. All right, so we wrapped up with the approval of the financials. Thank you, Mona, for that. We have some minutes to approve, but I think if you're all right, we'll move next to our philanthropy request. Are you good with that?
Yes.
Or would you?
Sorry, there is
No.
one person who's asking for the link, but I don't understand which link. 8 people on Zoom, but no PTO. Is there a new link?
No.
Veronica, yeah, he's there. She's there.
Link.
She's there. Okay, no, all good.
Okay, or do you want to wait till Megan gets here to?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Carly?
Betsy, could you
Sure.
move? Thanks with the minutes.
I think Megan has it too. Share. All good.
All right, so we are presenting here the minutes from our last general board meeting on September 5th, 2023. We have distributed these to the board members. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. I have a couple of changes under the financials, the approvers, I have to make them. I had to ask Mona for some investigation and have to change the name. So one of them, I have written Christine, it's supposed to be JC. And Susan, I didn't have the last name, so I'll add that. But besides that, if anyone has any other questions, I can make those changes. Right, if not, can I please have a first? Mona, can I second? Carly? All in favor? Anybody opposed? All right, thank you. That meeting motion passed.
Okay, and for the one I'm doing.
If anybody else at home is able to see the voting poll that came up, we invite you to either vote to approve, oppose, or abstain from voting on the minutes. This is last month's general board meeting. Is there anybody having trouble seeing the voting panel?
Yeah, I don't see a panel, but
Oh,
I'm on
sorry.
my phone.
He doesn't see it?
I don't know if anyone else does. That's why they're all text typing, I think.
Okay. So there's a poll, a window,
Yeah. Weird, it's not showing up. But, oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I approve, so.
they have 2 people who.
No one else can see it either.
I see that. Yeah. Alrighty, could we,
Moving the chat.
yeah, approve the chat, thank you, if possible. I didn't log back in. I'm doing that now.
Okay, shall we end the poll and look at the chart?
Mhm.
And I can see the poll, but, it says you're viewing the poll results.
I
Shared
just
by
ended
us.
it.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, so before, we're gonna hang on for, Megan Canetta, who'll be joining us, for the meeting. We're gonna hang on for our philanthropy request before, wait until she arrives. So we're gonna hang on and move on to down through our agenda. We have JC on there today. I just want to know if you have any updates or anything you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Sure. So in addition to, and we were talking about dances earlier, there is a nationwide program called Night to Shine, which gives kids with with special needs, disabilities, the opportunity to experience a prom type of event. Luke went to it last year. Registration opens in November, and the event is held. So it's all over. There's one in Stanford. We went to the one in New Cana. It's phenomenal because the kids all dress up and there's no out of pocket cost to the parents. It's all hosted by local. So the one that we went to was hosted by Grace Church up in New Canaan. But they're, like I said, they're all over the country. I think there's one in Bridgeport. They're all around, but there are kids who come from, Western Wilton. So it's an opportunity for kids who might be, either have special needs or have some anxieties about going to a, more formal event for their school. And they're able to meet other kids of similar abilities. So if anyone's interested, I have it in our Google groups for our special needs parents, but if anyone else is interested, you can hit me up. My contact details are in the newsletter, so I can, explain a little bit more about it. But I'd highly recommend it for anyone who's in that, whose kids are in that category. The other thing that's happening is on October the 18th, the district is putting up a PPS meeting, which is going to talk about the different, basically introducing some of the new staff. So we have a new guy who's taken over as assistant director in the high school, and some of the processes, and kind of explaining to new parents, how IEPs work, how PPTs, etc., etc. So that's going to be hosted by the district, and then our group, which is this Western Special Needs Parents Group, we are getting together with Tracy Edwards to kind of approve our list of topics that we want to cover this year, in terms of educating parents. And so the group is really about our mission is twofold. One is to help parents navigate, especially new parents who don't know, my kid's got special needs, and what does it mean for their school journey? So education, for new parents who kind of get overwhelmed. So we're going to, this year, some social events as well as some webinars and seminars. So we're just talking like now about what the schedule's going to look like for this year. And that's all we have right now. Any questions? Cool.
Tracy, I'm just
Okey-dokey.
gonna say, if you have some of those details that you were talking about sharing, if you would like them posted on our Facebook
Yeah.
page. Please send them to me, I can drop them right into, we have class highlights and we can put it under your tab for the SPED liaison information and include that there as well. So we
Yeah.
to refer to it in one place. So anything you have, send it my way anytime. And we'll get it.
I will do, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
registration hasn't opened up for this year's one. It opens like in November, so when it opens, I'll when I get the link, I'll share it. But it, you know, it's like I said, I think there were 400 or 500 kids who were there. You know, and it was amazing to see them all, you know, dancing and having a good time. It was great.
Sounds fantastic. Thank you, JC.
Thanks.
All right, well, I think if Liv is ready, we'll move to her. We have a philanthropy request that she'll be presenting today.
Okay, so we received our first philanthropy request of the year. It's coming from the high school PE department. And it is asking for financial assistance to provide a 3-day self-defense training program for all of our seniors during their PE classes. The training will occur during the second quarter, so start of November until mid-January. The focus of this training will be teaching the concept of self-defense. These kids are about to leave Weston, to leave their families, and for some of them go live by themselves far away. So the school during this year is aiming to equip them with all the skills and the training they need to thrive in this new situation where they will find themselves. And unfortunately, we live in a world that sometimes requires also self-defense skill. So this training will be provided by Gaspo Taxi, that is the owner of the crab, is a trained Krav Maga instructor, and he's trained to provide this kind of skills, and he's gonna teach them for 3 days. So this will allow repetition and deep focus on these new skills for them. The request is $2,000 and is a total of 24 hours of classes. So the rate per hour is quite low. Is there any question about this request? Okay. If there is no question, I will ask for a motion to approve this philanthropy request to provide a 3-day self-defense training program for all seniors in Weston High School during their PE class for a total amount of $2,000. Can I have a first?
Can I
Can I have a second? All in favor? Aye. Can you, are we doing the poll or?
Yeah, this is the chat's fine.
Okay,
Are you doing it?
any opposed? Okay, motion passed.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
That's exciting.
I put the date of when we met.
So everybody knows in about 15 minutes, we'll have our student government liaison, Jaya Sharma coming. She drops in during the take 10 period at high school, so should be here at 9:45. So we'll take a quick pause from where we are in the program when she arrives. Did you want to start after we get through, or do you?
To you.
Okay, all right. Why don't we go through the class parent reps? And start with updates from everybody who's here. Start with seniors.
Sure, and also just for communications.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Our newsletter, The Word, comes out on Sunday nights usually, except if there's a holiday or some such. So please get all submissions to me by Wednesday. This week I made it Thursday because I sent it out a little late. We didn't know what we were gonna do about the day off on Monday, but we will come out on Sunday night. So if you can get everything in, and if you could scream it in the subject line in all caps, that'll help me not miss it. It'll let me know. So thank you. For seniors, everybody knows the signs have been going on. We still are getting some requests for senior signs. So people out there, if you don't have a senior sign and you want one, send me an email and we will get you your senior sign, no problem. And then we're starting to think about our senior specials for the year and starting to plan PGE. Yeah. Happy and sad that it'll be over soon. Yeah. Makes it go fast. Oh, and one other thing, actually, we get a lot of questions about things like, there's so much that goes on for the seniors. So we get a lot of questions about like senior shirts or yearbook pictures or like the homecoming dance last week. And we are totally here to like help with anything, but that's not always something, like it's often not a PTO thing. So we are, sometimes then putting you in touch with someone at the SGA or someone at the school. And that's just because it's not really a PTO thing, not because we don't want to help. So send us any questions, but sometimes we might not be able to actually resolve
Can we
it.
put in the newsletter, like the SGA person that we should contact for, I don't know, the t-shirts or for the yearbook, who's the person responsible, so that, or on the website, so people knows, and hopefully they don't.
I mean, I'm happy to cross post. I mean, I like to ask Megan what she.
I looked at your website this weekend. It's pretty comprehensive. Like, I think you have the flyer for the yearbook on there, and then I send the yearbook. We can. Like you could, I guess if you wanted to, you could put
The SGA contacts.
the adult context,
adult
right?
contacts.
And then you could put the Carla Volpe as the yearbook
Person,
contact.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the information are available,
because.
but
the
sometimes they're scattered,
Yeah.
and when people, it's freaking out, oh, I missed that, and they
Yeah.
don't know what to do, and
Yeah.
they just,
I think it's sometimes confused if it's like a grade is sponsoring it or if the whole SGA is sponsoring it, so. Maybe too, if where you have the parent reps on the website. We can look
Yeah.
at this for school activities. I mean, we also have a school activities page on our website. That if you go to school activities and you look at yearbook, that's gonna give you Ms. Volpe's name and I think likely the officers for the yearbook too, and for all of our clubs. But I mean.
We could cross-post that one.
Redundancy in
Yeah.
that's fine to be helpful. But maybe the class advisors too, because you have your parent reps
Mhm.
for each grade right down below, I think. So maybe if you wanted to put the advisors with their email addresses, that could help.
That's a great idea. And just for everybody who's here and meeting and on Zoom, if you look at our PTO website for Weston High School, we have a section called class highlights, and just wanted to carry on from what Carly was saying, we try to cross post as much information, so when Carly and I get emails from the school that are specific to the high school seniors, we cross post it. We all know what it's like to go digging through thousands of emails to find something that was emailed to you in July. And you don't always find it, so when we get something like that, our goal is to pop it on the website here as a quick reference point, so. We'd also ask that if you're a parent rep at the PTO and you have information that you're receiving, that your parents will wanna know, please share that with us and we can upload it into your parent section or your class section as well. The communication's coming from the high school, but as parents helping parents, we're trying to put all the really hot information that you need in one spot. Next would be our juniors.
I can give a quick.
All right.
class of 2025 was actually able to get into a SGA meeting in the beginning of September. So we started making the collaboration with the students and the advisors. And we're still working on different activities to help them with, support them with throughout the year. Really good.
Okay. Do we have anybody here online from the sophomore class? I'm not sure if they were able to join. Tammy, Jocelyn, Jen Cross. Don't know that we have, so we'll post any updates on their page for you guys at home and here. And I know we have our freshman parent reps in the house. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry.
Sure. I'm Lauren Axelrod. I am one of the class of 2027 reps, and Karen Hine and Karen DeJulia are both on the call. So, and Maria had to hop off, but we were really happy that we had a chance to participate in the homecoming dance, and we were thrown in and we were asked to get donations of food and drinks, and we did not think it was going to happen, and the parents really pulled through. So I want to thank everybody for donating all of the food and drinks. We were actually wondering if you had an amount that you guys know was raised from the snack sales at the dance.
$300 was raised for the freshman class. They want to also continue selling on Friday for the early dismissal.
Okay.
And then, I mean, the donations
There were a
amazing.
ton.
They just poured in. That
Yeah.
was incredible. And then I'll talk about the PSAT when we get there, but that morning, the freshmen have a different program, and we were thinking as part of the program, they're transitioning, so if we have snacks left over, we would kind of have those.
Sure. So anything that's left over, they can just sell at different events coming up.
I think we would give it to them, since it came from ninth grade families, like if we have leftovers, we would just give it to the kids on the 18th. But like sell it on Friday to make more money, and then whatever.
Perfect.
Or I can talk to them if they wanna keep selling it, they can keep selling it too. So-
Okay, great. So yeah, we were really pleased with the turnout, and Karen and Maria, I know, were selling tickets for the dance, and did a great job with that. So we're happy to kick off the year and be involved in everything that's happening. And I think that's it. Oh, our other question that we had for you, this was just about the homecoming dance in general, but do you guys know a breakdown of how many people how many kids per grade came?
I don't know per grade, I think we got up to 440 kids.
Wow.
I don't know.
Oh,
next
that's
grade.
really
good. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that's a good turnout.
We had more ninth grade, I just know from checking them in, we had more pages of the ninth and tenth grade list. But we still had a really good representation from our 11th and 12th
It's more
grade
than
too.
last year, right? We had more
No,
kids showed
I
up
think,
or not.
I think we were at like 500 last year. I think
Okay, so more or less the same.
it was great.
That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I have to, ninth grade parent reps are, I think I said it before, but knocking it out of the park. Coming on with a lot of energy and willingness and proactivity, getting things done.
Thank
So
you.
Really appreciate it. I know the kids appreciate it, and thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and before we see, let's go to Megan Barnes back. Just do you have any updates?
So the biggest update, I guess, as our next guest speaker we have is going to be Randy Green. She's going to be coming in November to our November meeting. To speak about all things college and counseling. And then we're also going to have a student from the American Heroes Club. That's a club that's here in the school that helps with that. So we're going to have him come in and talk a little bit about the club and some of the fundraising that they do. Okay, that's the November meeting.
Exciting. Thank you. So in about 5 minutes, Jaya will be arriving from student government. But before then, I think we'll turn over to our principal, Megan Canetta, who we're very happy to have joining us today.
When Jaya comes, she can
Okay.
take over. So we had a busy week last week.
Very busy.
It was homecoming. The weather got a little tricky on us, but we pivoted really well Thursday morning and got it done
Can
and.
I just say, what a fantastic call. I mean,
Yeah.
you could not have it, well, I wouldn't have anticipated the torrential rains, like, my goodness,
Yeah.
it never stopped on Friday.
It never stopped, yes.
So
It
thank
it
you.
did actually stop at around, I think, 7:30 at the game. And it dried up for a little bit, which was nice. It was a little too late to get our kids in the seats because the game started, but it was a great week. We had a ton of fun with Deck the Door. So I don't know if you saw Instagram, I posted some of those pictures. The kids and the advisors, to use your words, knocked it out of the park for Deck the Doors. We did not do it last year, so it was my first experience with it, and you know, choosing the themes of the superheroes versus villains, it was some of those designs were pretty incredible. So that was really cool. And then Thursday, as you saw, we moved our Powerpuff game to Thursday, and then we were thinking about the reins and the floats and thinking, what are we gonna do? Because we really wanted the kids to have that experience. So we had them decorate the golf carts. I can't remember if Lynn or Karen, whose idea was, but it was really cool. I came outside and I really couldn't believe it. And thank you to the parents that got the emergency phone call on Thursday from their kids that said, you know, mom, dad, whoever, I need all those supplies at school. So thank you for whoever brought those in. They really did a great job. We really liked too, that the floats were then on display for the whole school at Powerpuff at that like pep rally assembly, because when we do them at night, often there are kids who aren't there to experience it. So that was, I guess, an added bonus. As you know, we have professional development this Friday afternoon, so there's an early dismissal. And we have a long weekend this weekend too. So no school on Monday. Whereas we head into October, Wednesday, October 18th is our PSAT day. Our 10th and 11th graders take the PSAT. Our 9th graders are gonna have special programming from the Looking In Theater that we did here years ago. I don't know if that rings a bell for anyone. I think this might be pre-COVID. So we contacted them, and it's a teen theater group that comes in and does some performances based on timely and significant teen themes. So one of the themes we're really looking at is like the role that anxiety plays and like our thinking around decision making and our worries. And so that's likely going to be a theme that plays out. So we're going to do 2 sessions. Some of the time we're looking at 9th graders and having some time in their advisories in that small group to look at Power School. We're heading towards the end of the first quarter, so it'll give 9th graders the chance to kind of catch up with an advisor. And then the other half will be at the Looking In Theater performance. So we wanted to get them into a little bit of smaller groups than the whole class, which we think will be better for that group. So they'll have their own program, 10th and 11th, and then 12th graders get the time to do what they need to do in this busy fall season for them. So they do not have to come in just for that day. Okay.
Which day is it? Sorry, again.
This is Wednesday, October 18th.
18th.
And 10th and 11th are taking that PSAT and MSQT, which stands for National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. It's a mouthful. And then coming up, I think that Carly, to your point, like there are some events that are SGA, that there are some events that the PTO is teaming up with the SGA. There are some that are just school driven that the SGA doesn't get involved in, other than maybe giving us feedback, and a little bit of a sounding board. So we're going to try to get better at like, you know, communicating and kind of who's in charge of what. October 27th is our next home game. That was also a factor in some of our decisions last week too, just so everybody knows. We knew we just couldn't move like the floats and stuff to the next game. We just felt October 27th for the next home game was too far out. But the SGA is working on a pink out. They'll be selling t-shirts. So I'll be sure to communicate that in my week ahead. They're doing it as a fundraiser to go towards a charity for breast cancer awareness, and they are going to determine that charity. So hopefully we'll have a good pink out showing at that October 27th game, and those shirts will go on sale soon. And we'll communicate that. There were some questions, I think, about class dues, and I just looked into a little bit. So typically the letters for class dues go out around October. What I'm hearing is there were invoices that were sent out that were generated by My School Bucks. So we're gonna work on our timing, and maybe the letters announcing the dues have to go out in September before the invoice comes out. So that's what we're recognizing. The class dues are for the student activities here. They are completely separate from the PTO, athletics, and all that. They're class dues that help support the initiatives of each class. And they help to then defray the costs of like the cap and gown or some of the other events, the senior banquet and all of those things towards the end of the year. So you can pay it $40 a year, or you could pay it $160 one time, or you can pay for 2 years.
Can you just confirm? I had gotten a few emails from people thinking that it was a spam email from My School Bucks and that they didn't actually owe the $40. And I said, yes, the $40 is something that you are gonna have to
Yes.
pay. I just want to confirm that,
Yes.
like, if they did get the email or remember seeing it, that they should pay it. If not, they're
Yes.
going to get another email.
They will put another email, and it catches up with, hi, John. I'm just gonna finish this and then I'm gonna turn over to you. The dues will catch up when kids go to apply for their parking permit once they get their license. So that's one of the things that we say, okay. But you need to pay your dues. So that's one of those carrots we have later on.
Hi, okay, I'll give the SJ update for this week. So like last week was kind of a big week for SJ, probably one of our like most involved weeks. So we had dress up days for the entire week, which I think were pretty successful. We definitely had like more school-wide participation than we've had in years prior, which was good. So that's kind of looking up in like terms of school spirit. And then things got a little chaotic with powder puff dates and like the rain and stuff. So we did end up moving powder puff to Thursday and doing floats with golf carts. But honestly, I think as an SJ, we kind of thought golf cart floats were a little more like easier to coordinate and just like easier to decorate. So like I know they were considering maybe changing that for next year. And then powder puff game was also really successful. We got all of the jerseys done, all of them out. So now we're just working on kind of like the final steps of that is getting like the payment to Mr. Pressman who made our jerseys. And then the dance was on Saturday. That was also like successful. I think we had a lot of people come, which was good, and a lot of people really enjoyed it, which I think was also good. And I know as a student government, we're gonna like all complete homecoming reflection, so we'll kind of get more input like through that. And also, I'm working on getting receipts from all the people in student government to send to you guys for reimbursements.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jen. That's a great week. So we also have this Thursday. I want to also plug, I don't know if JC mentioned it. There is a DBT presentation on this Wednesday night. It's virtual. Provided, I believe it's virtual, provided by PPS, and that's just dialectical behavior therapy. There's some of the skills that we do in our health classes. Sometimes it's in small groups. And we're gonna trickle those into our advisory sometimes in terms of like universally providing some of those tips and tricks to kids and families. So that is taking place on Wednesday night. I believe it's also in my week ahead. If not, I have to go double check that. Thursday, our big event, thank you to the PTO, is the Challenge Success Workshop for our parents. This is the same group that came at the end of August to work with our teachers, and they will be here to now work with parents on really building a culture in Weston around well-being, engagement for all learners, and just creating really healthy environments and healthy conversations around how we define success and kind of the unintended pressures I think we all put on kids in an attempt to be really supportive, right? And so the kids have some really great feedback sometimes. Well, they have great feedback all the time, but sometimes directed towards, you know, how we're communicating about academic expectations and future expectations. So this is just another kind of tool in the toolkit to help inform our conversations with our kids. It was a great conversation with teachers, And then this is gonna really inform the work that we wanna do going forward. So I really encourage parents to attend. We wanted it to be in person. I think being in person, we tend to just be more present than we are on a Zoom or a Google Meet. So I think it's a really important conversation to be having, at this time in all of our lives and as we're raising our teenage kiddos for the future. And then they'll Challenge Success will be back likely in December to do a fit versus ranking conversation. And in our conversations, we really think it's an appropriate conversation to be had with 9th through 11th grade kids and parents. So we would like to invite families to attend together for that session. To really try to change the conversation around the college process. So, yeah, as much as we can and we have control over these days.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So excited to be able to bring the programming. I don't know that we've had an event like this since we didn't have one last year. We had Screenagers come in the year before. So we're really happy, we're thrilled to have such an exciting program like the Challenge Success team coming to work with us and be here for us with these great presentations. We've got 2 big ones in the
Yeah.
fall before winter ends. Before winter starts.
You reminded me too, I would just do a little plug for Power School. If parents can just go in and make sure their emails and all their information is updated, that can be helpful to ensure that you're getting all of the communications from us as well.
There's usually a few things, you check off if your child is taking the bus or not, and I know that's certainly changing for people with new drivers and
Yes.
stuff like that. Did you want to talk about safety in the parking lot again? I know you talk about it in the week ahead. This is all something that's on my mind. I'm now on my 2nd student driver, and I just know going around town can be hair raising. I can't even imagine. I think about what the parking lot's like. Just
We want everyone to be safe. We have those 2 new signs that we put out there and one's broken already.
oh no.
So I don't know if that's an indicator, but I don't know who hit it. It could have been an adult. I don't even know that it was a kid. So I would it's really important that parent drop-offs are not occurring in that staff and student lot out front. It really just adds another layer of congestion and who's going which way. We've even said to the kids as you pull in, I know we have older siblings being really kind and nice to their younger siblings and kind of coming through and dropping them off and then looping around. We're just like, you have time to park, you can all get out together, it's okay. And yeah, we want to make sure, we have traffic folks outside, whether it's our custodians, grounds, we have a lot of folks managing traffic in the morning. I would love for everyone to be really patient and understanding when they're stopping you, it's for a reason, because there may be someone crossing or, something that you don't see. And I know we can all be rushed in the morning, but we really have to model that patience in the morning for some of our kids who are soon to be drivers, right? So yeah, parent drop-offs and that access road, I think I talked about this another morning. I updated the week ahead. That access road that goes from West to Athletics is really the road that should be used to drop off in the morning. You don't have traffic over at West and Hesea in the morning. So if you come through in front of West and come down, it really would help alleviate the congestion and back up on the road, I promise. So I think
Hey, Megan, it's insane. I was there picking up my Luke the other day, and people stop. Where the access road goes if you're coming from, I guess, from north to south. They stop right on the corner there, like their kids can't walk across the road, and they just stop traffic all the way back for pickup for after sports. So they stop outside I guess where the soccer field is, and I just don't understand how people should be so selfish. It just drives me insane. So I don't know if there's anything you can do. Put a sign there saying "Don't stop here." because they're literally just after the crossing, they stop their cars and wait there for 5 minutes. Which is like, I don't know. I get road rage when I see that. I don't, do you know what I'm talking about?
At the end of the access road.
But
At the end by the between the parking lot where the 5K race started, just kind of there.
Yeah.
They stop literally
By the
right
flagpole.
across from the tennis field.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I see it.
In the middle of the road.
Yep. I'll have to get on my neon vest and go stand there. That's what I did the first couple of weeks of school in the parking lot. It seemed to work, so I'll move.
I don't know what to do. I don't know. Put a camera there and then maybe they'll listen.
Any more staff. I mean, really, they're like all down school road, so yeah, we'll keep an eye out. Call Officer Marsili to our school resource officer. And maybe that's where he can hang out to help.
Yeah.
Okay, good information.
I think I've said this to you before, Megan, I had no idea about that WIS access road being the appropriate place, and now my oldest is a senior. So I had no idea we were meant to come through that way, so thank you for
I didn't
Me
either.
neither.
clarifying this.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and it is empty,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
at that time, yes,
Yeah.
very empty. So it really would alleviate
perfect,
the
yes.
congestion down school road, so that's the intention. Maybe I have to go stand down there at that intersection.
And
You
wave
should,
and
maybe
see
you
what
could have a sign, remember at the last meeting, you
Yes.
maybe put a sign like at the stop sign by
Right, yes.
admin,
Yeah.
and then another sign, like somewhere that says
Yeah.
like, don't stop here, or.
Yeah,
I'm thinking maybe we need some parent giveaways, you know, if you use the right way. I'm being silly, right? It's like, you come back down this
Get a
road.
coffee.
coffee.
Yeah. Yes, it would be right time of day, we need a cup of coffee to kind of keep going.
We'll
through.
get our coffee card out there.
Yeah, all right.
I think that's it. I don't know if there's any feedback, questions.
How long is the Challenge Success program on Thursday night? 6:30 to when?
I believe 8.
Oh, I have a
It's
question.
a little interactive too at times. I mean, yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Awesome. No pressure, any update on the furniture? I know there was a possibility.
I know,
Early
I was
in
not
October.
in school yesterday and I was surprised. They said October 2nd,
Okay,
did not get delivered obviously
Okay.
yesterday. I will be calling my friends at WB Mason.
no
Yep.
worries. I know it's, I think a lot of people over the past few years have experienced furniture delays, so we get it.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
all,
You're already delayed though, I really.
yeah,
hopeful about
no
this.
worries.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
Yep.
excited to see it,
Check
wondering
in.
if there's
Me
any,
too. Yeah.
you know, little hope that people might be able to see when they come for challenge
Yeah,
success,
that's
but
our hope. That was our hope.
certainly maybe by the challenge success in December.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
that would be
If
fun.
it's not here by then, we really have.
Yeah. So, is there any other questions, for Megan or for me or any of our PTO board members? See in the chat. All right. Okay, well, I think that wraps it up for today. I really appreciate everybody zooming in, everybody who came in person. Really appreciate your time and for approving our latest voluntary request for the self-defense training for seniors. It's really exciting. I would like to invite you all to please come to Challenge Success. Again, it's this Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m. Free to all Western High School parents. There's no charge. We're just asking if you do have a moment to RSVP so we can get an idea of how many people are coming. They're really free. But if you don't, it's fine. You can still come. We'd love to see you there. We're really excited for everybody to announce that. Following that, we've got our next general board meeting on Tuesday, November 14th at 8:30 a.m. Here in the LRC or on Zoom, and those details are posted in the link on our website. Many thanks to the patience everybody showed when we were having some Zoom technical challenges today. Thanks for logging back in. We really appreciate that. And that's it for now. Have a great rest of the week and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Hmm?